Hey, y'all, welcome back to the Late Night Vision Show. My name is Jason, owner of Outdoor Legacy, one of your co hosts right here on the podcast. And we are happy to be back this week. We've got another great installment of the Late Night Vision Show Best of 2024 series. I'm just going to say that thank you so much for all the views, the listens on the other episodes so far in this Best of 2024 series. There have been a lot of views, a lot of great comments, a lot of feedback, a lot of phone calls. Thank y'all for that. But I haven't forgot about him. My co-host is sitting over here patiently waiting. Hans, what is going on tonight, buddy?
This is my favorite time of year, Jason. We've got deer season about to kick off. We've got cooler weather. It's enjoyable to go out and hunt hogs and coyotes now. The coyotes are all acting frisky and all nosy and wanting to come in. It is the best time of year, and we are excited to continue to bring you the best of shows. Now, we're going to be talking about the best thermal scopes under $6,000. Jason is going to explain that a little bit here in a little bit. But before we jump into the list of contenders and the winners, we want to do this, and the way that we explain this is keep in mind when we go through this list. Now, we've got, about 10 scopes, maybe a little bit more.
9 or 10, yeah.
Yeah, on our list of contenders. This doesn't mean that there's only 10 scopes on the market under $6,000. Obviously, there's a lot of brands. A lot of, seems like thermal companies are popping up every other day. We work and what we do is review the reputable brands, the ones that have been in the industry the longest. Those are the ones that we review here on the show. And these are the ones that are in the list of contenders. Now, these are our favorites. So when you call into Outdoor Legacy and you talk to me or Jason, and we don't recommend one of the scopes that we chose as our favorite, that doesn't mean anything other than the fact of there might be an option that fits your style and your application better. Because they are on the list, that means it's a great scope. It wouldn't be on this list if it wasn't. So that's why these are our favorites for what we do and for our hunting style and application. But you may have a different style and a different need. And we're going to take that into account when you call in. And, we do this. We do this because we like it, Jason. We do. And we are in a busy time of year. The phones are ringing off the hook. But we still find time and we make time to do these shows because, first of all, it puts the information out there for you to see and to digest and help you make the decision. But secondly, we do this so you'll call Outdoor Legacy and give us business. I mean, to say
that is putting it out there as simple as you can.
As direct
we want
as
your business.
We want your business, and we will make it easy for you to do business with us. We want your business, and we will earn your business. And all you got to do is call us 877-350-1818, Outdoor Legacy Gear.com. When you call up, you will speak to a live person. You'll start out and speak with one of our lovely and wonderful office managers, and then she will direct you to either Jason or I, and we'll be able to kind of whittle this down, this big list, and make it small and help you decide on an optic. But again, 877-350-1818, outdoorlegacygear.com. Jason, I tried to get into my lawyer fast speak, at the end of the commercials.
That was fast. Yeah. Well,
let's run down this list.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to explain something real quick because when Hans said this, he's not wrong. It's the name of the show. It's the under $6,000. But I do want to explain a little bit. Number one, he made the comment. He goes, there's more than 9 or 10 scopes under $6,000. Really what he means is within this price range. We know there's tons of scopes under $3,000. We had 15 or 20 optics in that. So what we're doing is we're actually going between this week $4,000, from $4,000 up to $5,999. So under $6,000, but it includes everything from $4,000 to $6,000. And normally we do these in $1,000 increments. So we'll say we would normally, in years past, have under $5,000. But this year, there's only 5 scopes under $5,000. And we're like, listen, I mean, again, between $4,000 and $5,000, that's not enough. We don't want to just put a show out there for that. We said, let's just go ahead and combine these two into the same categories because these scopes are really, they all compete well against each other. So we decided to move this from under 6,000 all the way down to basically 4,000. So this is two shows, under 5,000, under 6,000 combined into one with 9 total contenders. I'm going to start on that list. Now we're going to go from the least expensive to the most expensive in that order. So starting this off, we have the AGM Varmint V2. That's the version 2. TS35 640 laser rangefinder. That unit is a 2-power base magnification, and it's $4,195. Next, we have the Rattler V2 TS50 640, 2.5 power base magnification, $44.95. Next, we have the AGM Varmint V2 TS50 640 laser rangefinder, 2.5 power for $46.95. Real quick, I just want to, people hearing this list may be confused. The Varmints have a laser rangefinder, the Rattlers do not. That is your big difference right there between those, because I know those all sound very similar. Next, we have the Pulsar Thermion Duo, the DXP50. Now this unit, there's 2 of these. There's the Duo DXP50, and we'll have the DXP55. They are currently on sale, and they're very unique because they're the only thermal optics on the market right now like this from any of the reputable brands. They are a 640 thermal, 2-power base magnification, okay? But they also have a daytime sensor that allows for full color daylight usage. And it's actually kind of crazy. You can hot swap back and forth, picture in picture to your big picture with, full color versus thermal. So really, really neat for guys that want to do some deer hunting as well. And they have those in 2 units. The DXP50 is a 2-power thermal and a 2-power daytime, on sale for $47.99. The DXP55 is a 2-power thermal, 4-power daytime for just $200 more, of $49.99 on sale. Now, we're moving into the second category, which would normally be a separate show, of our under $6,000. We have the AGM Clarion 640. Again, something very unique here. This has 2 lenses in the scope. So it has I think AGM calls it a dual field of view, or it has basically 2 different base magnifications. On your lower magnification, it is a 2-power optical magnification. You twist the ring in the front and you optically roll in another lens, and it changes to a 3-power base magnification with no image loss whatsoever. Love this scope. It is $5,495. Next, we have this scope. I'm just going to mention in passing. It is essentially gone or going away. It's the Infrared Outdoor Ricoh Pro, the RH50P. It was also a dual base magnification, 1.5 and 3 power for $54.99. We really love that technology. We do. We think it's a cool technology. We hope that it sticks around. We'll talk some more about that. The Ricoh Pro was just never extremely popular. And like I said, it is either gone or going away. So hate to see that. But moving along, we do have, so we're not going to include that. I just wanted to mention it because it's kind of still hanging around. Infrared Outdoor RH50R. This is the MK2 laser rangefinder. Extremely popular scope that is a 3-power base mag with the LRF, $54.99. And then next, we have 2 scopes from Pulsar. We have the Thermion 2 XP50 Pro laser rangefinder. It's a 2-power for $54.99. And we have the Pulsar Thermion 2 XG50 LRF, which is a 3-power for the exact same price of $54.99. So those 2 scopes, your main difference there, your only real difference is a 2-power and a 3-power. They're both 640. They both have laser rangefinders, all that, but they're on sale for $54.99. All right, that is 9 total optics there that we've got in the running, if my math is correct. Hans, let's run down the list and just briefly talk about these. Yeah, why don't you talk about the under 5,000 units?
Okay. So, Jason, you did a good job explaining some of these, so we don't have to go into a great detail. But you've got the AGM varmint, the TS35 640. Like you mentioned, the difference between the Rattler and the varmints. The varmints do have the built-in laser rangefinder. They also run on an 18650 rechargeable battery. It comes with an American Defense Manufacturing mount. So really, a very attractive right now. One of the least expensive, maybe if not the least expensive, 640 resolution scope that you can get with a built-in, permanently attached laser rangefinder. But people that choose that, really, they like the battery system. They like the fact that it has the laser rangefinder, the onboard ballistics with it as well, bullet calculation. So very good value at $41.95. Then you get the Rattler V2 TS50. So this is the 2.5 power, not to be confused with the 35, which is a 2 power. So this is a 2.5 to 20 power, 640 resolution. Price on it $44.95. This is the Rattler that has the most magnification of the 640 units. Then you got the TS50 varmint. So this is the 2.5 power varmint. Same, everything is going to be exactly the same between the 35 and the 50. The only difference is going to be the magnification. The 35 is a 2 to 16 power. The 50 is a 2.5 to 20 power on these two varmint options. And the same with the Rattlers, the Rattler 35 and the 50. Just the difference is the magnification. Then you have, Jason, the two Pulsar Thermion duos. You got the DXP50 and the DXP55. The only difference between those two is the DXP50 on the daytime mode is a 2 to 16 power. Right. With the DXP55 on the daytime mode, the magnification starts at 4 power and goes at 32 power. On the thermal side, they're both 2 to 16 power. So really the choice is, do you want a lower base magnification on the daytime channel, or do you want more magnification on the daytime channel? Now, these two optics, I love them. I used them last year during deer season, shot a doe with one of them. And I think it just comes down to choosing the right one with the right base magnification for how far. Usually if you're deer hunting, you may be set up in deer stands. So depending on how far your deer stands are set up from your feeders or from wherever you're shooting, that's usually the optics you'll choose. But, very, very good daytime image. And now it's a digital image. Some people are confused. I talked to a guy earlier. He's like, does it look like it looked through my daytime scope? It is not an optical view. So it's not like looking through your daytime scope. Imagine looking at, I don't know, we may be cutting some of the younger people out by saying this, but imagine looking through an old camcorder or video camera. When you look through that screen, that's what a phone.
Or your phone on video. Yeah.
On video mode. That's what it's like looking through your scope. It's a digital daytime mode. So it's not going to be a true optical, but very good daytime image. At night, fantastic thermal image. It's going to look just like the Thermion 2 XP50 Pro, but with the Duo, you're getting the day and nighttime mode. So Jason, that lets you take the under 6,000.
Moving to the second category there would be the under 6,000. We're starting off with the AGM Clarion 640. I've already explained it is essentially two base magnifications due to those lenses. This is a fantastic technology that I just think we need to see more and more of. I hope that it continues. I hope that it gets a little less expensive and it becomes something in all thermal optics, because that's the one thing that a lot of people really fight on thermals, is deciding what magnification to get. Do I get a 2 power? Do I get a 3 power? Do I get a 4 power? What do I need? I may be doing this sometimes, I may be doing that at other times. I may be shooting different distances or hunting in different states or terrain, and it's difficult. But as most of you know, most thermals, all you have is digital zoom. So if you have a 2 power and you zoom it up to 4 power, you've lost half of your image quality and half of your resolution. But something like this Clarion, allowing you to go from a 2 power to a 3 power with zero image loss, gives you two scopes in one. So I think it's a fantastic scope. Love it. I'm so thankful that AGM did it. I think they've done a very good job of it. I think this is, in my opinion, the best dual base mag scope that we've seen on the market. Really like it. Again, 54.95 on that scope. The infamous, I'm going to call it the infamous Infrared Outdoor Ricoh MK2 RH50R. It's a big long name. We call it the RH50R for short. It does have a laser rangefinder built into it. And the reason I'm calling this infamous is this is definitely, without a doubt, one of the most sought after and popular scopes of 2024. It was very difficult to get this scope when it was first released. I think we first started getting these maybe around February after it was announced at SHOT Show. And then there was a lag in production for May, June, and July. None of these units were shipped in. And so it just created this crazy demand. It was already a popular scope, but the lack of supply just made people go crazy, and everybody was waiting to get the scope. We're in right now in the fall of 2024. You may be watching this later. Supply is good on these. We've got them. It's just a really, really good scope with the built-in laser rangefinder. Does have the ballistics built into it if that's something that you're interested in. Very good image quality. It is just a really great optic at that $54.99 price. Very popular amongst hunters. Next, we've got the two different scopes. I'm going to combine the conversation here. It's the Pulsar Thermion 2 XP50 Pro and the Pulsar Thermion 2 XG50, both LRF laser rangefinder for the same price of $54.99. The XP50 is a 2-power, the XG50 is a 3-power. And this really comes down to which magnification you need. So this is funny. If you think about the conversation I just had about the Clarion, this proves the point. Pulsar has to make two totally separate optics. One is a 2-power, one is a 3-power, to combat this issue, because there's people that need 2, there's people that need 3, and it is that big of a difference. And so, like both these scopes a lot, they do have the Pulsar ballistic calculator. Hans and I are not long range shooters. We don't use the ballistics, but I will say this, talking to a lot of long range shooters, I think that Pulsar right now has this ballistics thing wrapped up. They've been doing it longer than anybody else. Their app is very nice. You put all of your data in there and then you upload that profile to your scope. And I think they've done a really, really good job. Both of those great optics, again at $54.99. So Hans, let's pick some winners here. And this is a good list, a lot of good optics. I like everything on the list. Again, they wouldn't be here if we didn't like them. But what are you going to choose?
Yeah, so my honorable mention, I'm going to choose this year for best thermal scope under $6,000. It's going to be the Pulsar Thermion Duo. Either one of them are great. I tend to like the lower base magnification, the DXP50, but I mean, you could pretty much give it to either one of them, depending on how far you're shooting. But I love the Duo. I love being able to have, one scope on a rifle and go out and hunt with it during the day, hunt with it at night. Even used it in a coyote hunting tournament not that long ago as well. But fantastic. I hope that we see more of this. It would be great to see some of these multi-channel thermal optics coming in from more from Pulsar. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see it from other manufacturers as well. But a lot of you call in and like, man, I'd like to have one optic that I can hunt with during the day and at night. And this does this, the Pulsar Thermion Duo. My choice for honorable mention, great optic, great design, love the Thermion housing. And I dare you to try to find something better than that, Jason. It's just, I don't know if it's going to be as good.
I'm going to.
So
did you choose the DXP50 or the 50?
I chose the DXP50, but yeah.
Okay. I know it's one or the other. I was just curious which one you said. I agree. Okay, so my honorable mention, some people probably think after listening to me, I'm going to choose it as my winner because I've gushed over it. But I do think the AGM Clarion 640. offers so much. It brings so much to the table. It is an awesome technology with the 2 and the 3 power. For a guy like me, I think this is a big deal. I like 2 power. I lean towards 2 power. Most of our customers do not. And I mean, I don't advise 2 power for many customers. I mean, I want to hear what they're doing and how they're going to use their optic. And then I figure out what I think they need: 2 power, 3 power, maybe in some rare cases a 4 power. And most guys these days aren't hunting where they need 2 powers as much as they used to. I mean, they're just, it depends on where you're at and who you are and how you're hunting. But for me, I love spotting and stalking. I love getting really, really close on hogs, hunting by myself. So less noise, easy to just get ridiculously close. That's when I want a 2 power. But as soon as I go out and let's say Hans and I are together and we're coyote hunting, I want a 3 power because most likely, even if we get coyotes to come in close, they're still going to hang up at 50, 75 yards. We know it's just pretty common. And once you get out above that 50, 60, 70 yard range, I prefer a 3 power, especially if I might have to shoot something at 100, 150, 200. So it gives 2 optics in one, and you don't have to carry 2 different scopes with you. You don't have to buy 2 different scopes. So I do think for a certain group of people, it allows it allows you to buy 1 scope and not buy 2. So AGM Clarion 640, 2 power and a 3 power. That is my very honorable mention.
And very good, great picture image on that too as well.
It is
Really
very
like
good.
it.
I
They did a
think
good
that's one of
job.
the best. I think that's the best 640 image that AGM's put out. It's really good.
Oh, for sure. So let's get on to our first place winner. And Jason and I, again, and we've done this quite a bit this year, but we are going to be sharing the same
are.
pick. We have the same pick
same winner.
again. Best, I guess I'll go ahead and announce it. Best thermal scope under $6,000, y'all, is going to be one of the most popular of the year. The Infrared Outdoor RH50R MK2 LRF. That, Jason, as you mentioned, wildly popular even before it was officially released. I mean, people were jumping on pre-order lists like crazy, waited on lists for many, many months, just, anticipating for them coming into the market. Now, what do you think it is? I think really, I'll say what I think it is, and you let me know. I think, obviously infrared outdoor scopes, very popular in the predator hunting community. But I think what made this one so popular is the fact that other than the GL35 and the GH50, this one has built-in permanently attached laser rangefinder, which none of the Bolt models did, or even the hybrids. They had the removable. So this had the permanently attached laser rangefinder, and it has the bullet compensation capabilities. Those 2 things, maybe along with the screen. What do you say? I mean, you think it's because of laser rangefinder?
Yeah, it does have the big display, the 2560 by 2560. I think a lot of people like that. I think it was the right place, right time. I do agree with you that it is the built-in laser rangefinder, which a lot of guys want. And, you mentioned the GL35R and the GH50R. Those are now discontinued, going away. I know there's still some floating around out there. But those optics never had the image quality really that to compete. I mean, the GH50R, nice optic, just not even anywhere in the playing field, in my opinion, of this RH50R. Again, big display, great image. So I don't know what sometimes, and I guess if we knew, we'd figure it out, and every manufacturer would go create the winners and the most popular scopes. But I do think that there is, as much as I love the RH50R and I'm giving it as the best, both of us choosing it as the best thermal optic, our choice, under this 5,000 and 6,000 range, I would say this. I do think, to a degree, it's been overhyped. And I'm saying that as a guy picking it is our favorite. But I think that there is, to a degree, people really, really, really wanted it because they really, really couldn't get it. And I think that played into some of the hype, but it is a great scope. I don't think, if we look at this list right here, all 9 of these scopes, There's not another scope on the list that has the 2560 by 2560 very big display. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's number one. We only have one other optic on here that has the 3 power base
Mm.
magnification with the laser rangefinder, and that's the XG50.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you really look at it for what it does and what it offers, it stands out amongst the crowd here. I mean, these varmints, the 50 is only a 2.5 power. So it just doesn't have quite that umph that a lot of predator hunters want. So in reality, if you look at this, there's very little competition, just a Thermion, 2XG50 on this list for the 8 RH50R. So
Yeah.
fantastic scope. It
Yeah.
is really, really good. I tell you another cool thing about it that everybody likes is that zoom lever on the rear where instead of pressing a button and just going up, going
Mm-hmm.
to 3, 6, 9, 12, whatever, you're moving that incrementally as you slide that over, and you're going up in very small increments. I believe I think there's a new firmware update. It goes up in zero point 0.3 increments. So it'd be like 3, 3.3, 3.6, 3.9. But that's really nice. It's a cool feature as well.
So, yeah, you mentioned that uh, thinking that it was over a little bit overhyped, but it wasn't because it wasn't a great scope. It was just
Oh,
because
no.
it wasn't, anything, I guess,
It was just
strikingly
supply and
new.
demand. I
But
think
there are,
everybody wanted it because they couldn't get it.
couldn't get it. But there are scopes on this list that you and I predicted were going to be just home runs, and they did well, but they probably weren't as popular as we thought that they may be. And that's kind of what the market wants, and some of that is breeding the demand and not being able to get it and the excitement of getting it. But these are all great scopes on this list. I tell you,
I
this is a
agree.
very any one of these. If you laid it out on a table, I would go hunt and choose any
Yep.
one of these, and they've been really good.
I agree. This is picking these winners is hard for us. And, somebody said picking the winners and losers. And I said, I'm not picking losers.
Mm,
If they were losers, they get cut from the list
mm,
and they never make it to the list. And so I think it is important. Hans mentioned here early on, somebody's going to say, well, wait a minute, you're trying to, tell me I need a varmint, and you said the RH50R. Well, again, those are different scopes than this.
yeah.
That they offer different things. They're also in a different price category. I mean, we're talking about a 2 power varmint. It is nearly like $1,300 less than an RH50R. So that's just going to hit a different price point for a lot
Yeah.
of people. And they're just different things about each optic. So if you call us, what we want to do is we want to help you get into the exact right scope. And one thing that Hans and I are going to do, our salesman Garrett, we're going to talk to you and figure out what you're doing, how you're doing it, and we want to make a recommendation based on your answers. This is honestly, we have a lot of people, I'll say this, a lot of guys email us, and we just can't get into this via email. There's just too much Facebook messages, emails. This is not the place. It needs to be a phone conversation because you're talking about spending whatever it is, even if it's $500 on a
Mm-hmm.
digital night vision optic or $5,000 or more. This is a big purchase, and you need to know that you're getting the right tool for the job. And we need to get information from you that I feel like only a conversation over the phone where we can really be able to tell
Yeah.
what it is you need, what's going to work best for your rifle setup, terrain, all of that, so we can make a good recommendation. So I would say give us a call, 877 350 1818. We would love to have your business. We're happy to help you figure out which one of these meets your needs and your budget, and then help you with that purchase. Also, all of our optics that are in stock ship out of our warehouse in Fort Worth, Texas, the same business day if you place that order before noon Texas time. So I know that's something that a lot of people worry about, is if I place an order with this company, when are they going to ship it? Are they going to ship this thing in a week, in a month, in 3 days? If you order from us before lunchtime, Texas
Mm-hmm.
time, we'll ship it the same business day. Otherwise, it's the next business day. And so anyway, just wanted
Yep.
wanted to clear that up so people know. I think that's a good thing. Our warehouse does a great job of
Yeah.
getting these scopes out. Guys, if you are interested in anything else related to thermal and night vision, stay right here on the Late Night Vision Show YouTube channel. You can hit subscribe, never miss an episode. You can go to our main channel page there on YouTube, see all of our past videos. You can also go to thelatenightvisionshow.com, and you can see past episodes and sort and search things there as well. I've already told you about outdoorlegacy.com, but if you're looking for Hans, you can find him on all the social medias, as well as Outdoor Legacy, as well as the Late Night Vision Show. Just search the name Hans ETX or Outdoor Legacy or the Late Night Vision Show, Instagram, YouTube. I want to leave out Facebook. That's the other one. You can find us all there.
Well, this has been episode 338 of the Late Night Vision Show. We got 2 more in this series, right? We got the best high-end
and
handheld binoculars. So we got 2 more, and we've got a lot. We've got reviews coming up, y'all, that we're stacking up with. We've got manufacturer interviews leading up in the SHOT Show. It's going to be a busy last couple months of the year, but thank you for joining us as always this Thursday and every Thursday right here, the Late Night Vision Show. We'll see y'all soon.